Welcome to the Sprint. Thanks so much for joining us on this afternoon and this evening. We're kicking our Tuesday off the right way. Of course, I'm back. I've been gone this past weekend. I went to Arkansas to visit my mom, spend Mother's Day with her, and I pray that everybody had a good time with their mom. If you guys are watching right now, eating you some dinner, eating you some lunch, you already know right here on the Sprint, we're all about unplugging from that heavy news cycle and giving you guys some of the stories that are A, showcase the good that's coming out of our community, or B, highlight some of the craziness that is happening around the world. For example, Spirit Airlines, y'all tripping. Yeah, y'all, we're going to talk about this fight that apparently broke out on a plane. This is not something that you would typically like to see when you're on the plane. I don't care if you're landing. I don't care if you're going up in the air. We got to have some better behavior than this. So, yeah, we're going to chit-chat about that really, really soon. And speaking of really, really soon, we're talking about it right now. So get this. We were actually we're going to do some restructuring a little bit. So we were going through some comments on our Facebook page and our YouTube page. And we live in a world where you can't just tease a story and wait to the end of the show to drop it on people. We're like, okay, you know what? I'm in a world where when I click on a video, I want to see it now. I want to talk about it now, and that's what we're going to do because we want to try to see how you guys like this viewership. So if you could, drop it in the comment section and let us know if this is a way that you want to take or the route you want to take. But either way, first and foremost, again, cell phone video coming out showing fists flying on a Spirit Airlines flight. Says that it happened on board a plane from Myrtle Beach to South Carolina. Landed in Boston. This happened again in a crazy, crazy setup, all caught on camera. We got our boy Drew reporting on that story. Check it out.
A Spirit Airlines flight attendant almost gets hit while trying to break up a fight on board a plane right after touchdown at Boston Logan Airport. Cell phone video shows a brawl escalating in the aisle as passengers were about to get off the plane. We're blurring faces because no charges have been filed.
Next thing you know, they were throwing down right in front of us.
Nicole Grome was nearby with her parents on the nighttime Spirit Airlines flight from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina to Boston.
We were right there. We were like I could touch that man if I extended my arm.
Her mother is the one who recorded this video, capturing the two men falling into a row.
Stop it, stop.
Other passengers are seen and heard telling them to stop fighting.
We landed and we were on the runway and then it turned physical.
Laura Grome says she heard shouting for most of the 2-hour flight, but doesn't know why the men were going at it right after the plane landed.
You just don't know what's going to happen and what may or may not be used as a weapon.
The Massachusetts family was most worried for the flight attendant, who used her body and arms as a shield to try to break it up.
I didn't want to see her get hurt, but she somehow got out of the way and just let those two kind of go at it.
Another flight attendant tells passengers not involved to deboard the plane. Passengers then saw one of the men involved leaving and later found out the other one wasn't arrested either.
You're seriously not going to do something about this? I was just super shocked that anyone would actually throw hands on a flight because I would get you on the no-fly list so quickly.
Yeah, so this entire site would have by far made me erupt in a panic because and then especially because they were saying that they were screaming on the flight, the entire flight. Like what? First of all, I think some type of consequences need to be had because, again, you just can't behave that way on a plane. And you don't know who on that plane might have a panic attack or something because you being violent or taking out your energy on, somebody else. Like, we need to live in a world where we need to stop fighting so much, stop taking it to a physical level. And if anything, if you want to fight that bad, you got to take it to the ring, man. Get into the profession of doing so, but it's just not worth it. And yeah, crazy, crazy video right there. And guess what? You guys did not disappoint in the comment section because we're going to bring in Jazz later on in the show. We're also going to talk about some of the funny things that you guys had to say and some of the quite, I think the wisdom that you had to say for these individuals as well, taking Spirit Airlines trying to fight. All right, switching gears now. We got to talk about some real cool stuff. Again, I was talking about how Mother's Day, hope everybody had a beautiful one. This was a really, really unique one because one mom not only is celebrating being a mom for 90 years, but she had so many different grandbabies. I didn't even think this was, I was just like, for a second, my brain was just like, the math isn't mathing right now. Her name is Rava Lindsay, and she was surrounded by 6 generations of her family. She had her first child at 16 and faced many challenges in the Great Depression. Her children said that she stayed strong through it all.
She's just always been there. I can tell her anything, and I know she's got my back regardless.
My mom and dad, they create a home of love.
So check this out, guys. This woman has had 11 children, 33 grandchildren, 79 great-grandchildren, 117 great-great-grandchildren, and 8 great-great-great-grandchildren. Her family says that they visit her morning, noon, and night at her nursing home. I mean, hey, talk about populating the earth. I love it. I love these kind of stories, and everybody, they aspire to have big families, or most people, I should say. And it's something special, I bet, this woman being able to look back and see the generations and generations that she herself was a part of creating. So shout out to you, Miss Rava, man. I tell you, man, you are a beast. And then to have your child at 16 and then to start popping them out the way you did and take care of all of them, and it looks like everybody has a good head on their shoulder, that is a blessing right there. And I think it's an inspiration. And speaking of inspiration, again, like I always tell you guys, the sprint is also about, taking some bad stuff and seeing how people are using that bad to turn it into something good. And here we have a nurse at UVA Health. She's sharing why she decided to go into this life-saving profession. So check it out. Her name is Danita Massey, and she started her career in medical field by working at labs. Then one night, when she was at her local rescue squad, she asked to help at the scene of an accident. When she got there, she realized that the person who needed that medical attention, unfortunately, was her brother. She jumped into action, but unfortunately, her brother did not make it. But she chose to take that awful night and turn it into motivation for helping others.
But for me, this experience is what set me on the path that I'm on. I have peace, being able to spend those last moments with my brother.
Talk about a testimony, man. Massey went on to be accepted at UVA's Clinical Nurse Leader Master's Program, and now she gets to help other families every day in some of their hardest times. Again, this is, if you've seen the story already, again, we're bringing it back because just fleshing it out, seeing how no matter what those dark times are, you can always try to find a light in there. You can always try to use that to inspire others. And that's exactly what Massey is doing. I think she is one of the strongest people that I have ever heard about, to go to a scene and work on your family member and then that family member not survive. But instead of, quitting altogether this particular industry, you jump in harder to try to help and protect and save others and prevent others from going through the similar situations that you went through. So, man, shout out to you. All heroes do not wear capes, and Massey is one of those heroes. So shout out to her for doing her thing and spreading good from a very, very devastating situation. Fans reacting after the Blue Ridge Rock Festival was canceled. Now, we all know this is one of those things that had a lot of people up in arms. I can't tell you how many times we did stories over it, like one thing after another. They had there's even a Facebook page about it. You guys probably have seen it. Like hundreds of people are on it just berating what their experience was like. Well, check it out. Organizers citing the ongoing insurance claims over last year's festival as the reason this year's event is canceled. Last year's festival was canceled halfway through the 4-day event after severe weather rolled through the area, and people going also cited unsafe and unsanitary conditions. Now, many fans bought tickets for 2024 before last year's festival went away like crazy. Says festival organizers say that people will get their money back for this year's tickets, but people are still waiting on refunds for 2023. So yeah, no, if this is a part of your experience and all that good stuff, I know a lot of people were already saying how they would never go back. They obviously had a lot of stuff to work through, and some people were even surprised because I remember one of the specific memories was that while things were going kind of crazy, during the 2023 festival, the tickets for 2024 were already going live. And a lot of people were just like, wait, are you serious? You about to do this again? So I see the organizers are trying their best to work out the situations. I know the whole unsanitary conditions and all that stuff, the weather. We've seen those festivals that are constantly getting shut down because of the bad weather. But yeah, man, if you're a festival going, like for example, Blue Ridge Rock Festival is one of the things that you love to go to. I think they got just a couple things. They got a lot of stuff to sort out first before they can put on a very successful event, and it has potential to be very, very successful if it's organized in the correct way. Now, I'm not no expert. I'm not claiming to be. This is just me looking from the outside in. There are certain things that I do think should take place and needs to take place in order for this to be successful again and to get its reputation back as far as being a really cool event for people to look forward to and go to. So yeah, hopefully they get their lives together. I don't know. We shall continue to follow this and bring you guys the updates as much as we get them. Okay. All right. So let's get to our weather. We were talking about how weather comes in and destroys everything with wetness and all that stuff. Well, apparently we got some wet weather coming our way. It was very misty when we woke up this morning, and again, apparently we're supposed to be getting that rain. It's supposed to stick around for a little bit longer. So let's get to meteorologist Parker Beasley giving us our Tuesday forecast.
Hey there, everyone. I'm meteorologist Parker Beasley. Here's a look at rain chances for the rest of the week. 60% on our Wednesday, a little bit drier on Thursday, but then the rain kicks right back up on Friday and Saturday. Here's a look at tonight, 8 p.m. Scattered showers starting to build through, or a little bit calmer once we get into the overnight, but by Wednesday morning, isolated showers popping up with the potential for a couple of afternoon storms as well.
All right, Parker, thank you so much. Coming up after the break, man, we are going into some festivals that you guys can actually enjoy. The Rockabilly deal is going down this weekend. We got some details on that for you guys to learn about. Also got some Skydivers doing some really creative stuff, very unique things, something that they trained for several months to accomplish. Got that cool video. And we're also talking about this bad boy right here. Still bringing back this fight that happened on Spirit Airlines as a way to encourage people, get your life together. That is not necessary to be doing on a plane. Either way, you guys definitely had a lot to say in the comment section. Do not go anywhere because we're getting a little intense coming up after the break. Stay tuned right here on The Sprint at WSLS.com. Welcome back to The Sprint, guys. Let's get right into it. Of course, we got this cool festival that's happening. If you're a festival person, this one is for you. It's the Star City Rockabilly Festival. It's going to go down Friday and Saturday. Got the second annual event. It says that there are also an after-hours festival at the Virginia Museum of Transportation featuring 2 days of live music, food trucks, beer from Big Lick Brewery, more from 5 to 9 p.m. Admission is $10 a day, and get this, you can bring your own lawn chairs. I know a lot of people like to go to these festivals and chill, relax and stuff, and sometimes you don't have a place to sit. Yeah, bring your own chairs. That is actually welcomed and very much so encouraged. Again, admission is $10 a day, so it's very affordable. And if it rains, they got a backup plan. It's going to be hosted at the Auto Gallery. So I'm excited to see your pictures and stuff. You already know we all about pennant. So if you guys do find yourself there this weekend, send us your pennant pictures so we can enjoy the festival with you. Let's get into this cool story. 2 skydivers did something this weekend that has never been done before. Flew through London's famous Tower Bridge. Now, this is one of those stories that kind of make me hold my breath a little bit because I am just not... I'm not a fan of heights. Like, that's just not my thing. It's some people thing, though. They do the thing, but whatever. These 2 skydivers, they did something that has never been done before. The feat only took about 45 seconds, but getting to this point, nearly 2 years in the making. 2 men trained for the dive for a year, which included flying between 2 cranes set up to match the dimensions of the Tower Bridge. And they practiced the jump about 200 times to figure out the optimum height to the drop from. Now, also had to make sure that all conditions were safe, including having on the right flying suits, checking weather conditions, and having boats on standby for the landing in the cold river below. So, major congratulations to them. This is one of those things that, again, like I said, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. This is something that I just am not that big of a risk taker. I am the type of person that I love walking on the earth. I love my feet being planted on the earth, and I don't like flying. I don't think God, he didn't allow us to fly for a reason while we're here on earth. When I get to heaven, man, hook me up with some wings. I'm pretty sure my fear of heights will be gone. But for the time being, I will let these two men enjoy it. And people, this is some professional people. So do not try to do this on your own terms. I swear, like some people, they get to taking their own chances. And next thing you know, we have some awful accidents taking place. But these guys, they did it. Congratulations. Thanks for your inspiration. And again, it shows that practice makes perfect because, again, this wasn't something that they just decided to do last week. It was just like, let's just make it happen. No, they trained for 2 whole years, 200 jumps. That's unheard of. So, with that being said, something else is unheard of, guys, is fighting on a plane. We've seen the movie Snakes on a Plane. We've seen you've seen this one movie, it was some type of shark on a plane that happened in the crazy Amazon movies. Either way, fighting on the plane, can you not wait to take that stuff outside at least? Like, in my opinion, I'm just like, you cannot be that mad that you can't wait to get off the plane to throw some hands. Very, very, like, unnecessary. And again, you don't know who else was on that plane that could have gotten a panic attack based off of the violence that was taking place. It's just not worth it, man. Y'all talk it out. If you got to fight, and I'm not advocating for violence or anything, but don't do it in the vicinity that is super close to other people. And again, you guys agree with me. So let's get to the comment section on what all y'all had to say when you saw this taking place on Spirit Airlines. So yes, this is this fight that we were talking about. I'm going to pause it right there. Got some comments coming in, and you guys, again, did not disappoint. One commenter said, fighting on planes was never a thing when I was growing up, not even when I was in college. It's getting depressing out there. Yeah, because, again, you just got a lot of people who like to get to violence quickly. Like, nobody wants to talk anymore. Everybody wants to just throw hands. They want to shoot and do all type of stuff. Like, no, can we just chill? Like, what they say, can we all just get along? Come on now, it's not that hard. Our next commenter coming in saying that any headline or video title with, quote, Spirit Airlines and, quote, fight in it leads many people to correctly suspect one thing, and that's mess. Now, I've always heard, I have never flown Spirit Airlines, but I do know they have like kind of like a reputation that people are typically like, hey, you know, if you want a good deal, but might not be the best conditions, fly Spirit. And this is not me like crapping on Spirit Airlines whatsoever. I'm just going off of what my, people in my family, friends that I know have flown Spirit. It just seems like it's one of those airlines that it's not necessarily as kept up as the other airlines. But again, I've never flown it. I don't plan to do it based off of things like this. But yeah, I don't know. I look at it like, and it's kind of funny because it's kind of like Waffle House. I love Waffle House. But Waffle House is not, in comparison to IHOP, is not seen as the most, I guess, non-violent location to go eat, but it serves up some good food. And here we got Spirit, which is probably not seen as the best plane or airline to be on, but hey, it gets you from your destination safely, even though you might experience some delays and stuff. But hey, like I said, it's one thing may lead to another. We never know. I probably would never experience that. Moving on to our next commenter. It says that, hold on, let me get it loaded up. Moving on. Our computer had to jump back for a second. Hold on. Boop, boop. Right there. Almost. Right there. Here we go. Why can't people just be glad that their plane stayed in one piece? Facts, ma'am. Facts. 100% I am in agreement with that. Another one said, flight attendants should be like teachers. It's not our job to break up fights, demand better wages, and pay safety and security. Clearly, they are not making enough. I don't know kind of facts you got off of that, but hey, I mean, you got a point. Like, flight attendants, they do a lot, and they deal with a lot of weird people out there sometimes. So, yeah, give them raises. They had to deal with this one, especially the chick who was in the middle of it that was trying to break it all up. That's a feat in itself. Another commenter came in and says that where is the sportsmanship and airline etiquette? Kind of what the first commenter said. So, yeah, man, if you're on a plane, I'm sorry, you're traveling in a certain way, do better. And then last but not least, this guy says, Spirit. Some people hear it, some people fear it. Spirit. Some people just won't go near it. Yeah. Again, I'm not throwing shade at Spirit. I know like they get by with what they can. They give us some good deals and all that good stuff for people. But again, seeing stuff like this does not really make me a good fan of it. And it's like one of those things where I don't think I will ever try it. So let's bring in Jazzy Jazz on this to make some sense of it. So Jazz, this story is about a flight. Spirit Airlines, unfortunately, got involved where two people decided that instead of taking their problems off the plane, not only did they disturb the plane the whole flight by yelling at each other, but when they got off the plane, they allegedly were fighting in the middle of the aisles before they could even step foot off the plane, which kept everybody surrounded and screaming, trying to get them, to leave. So, with that being said, like, girl, what is wrong with people?
Yeah, man. Because like I said, like there's no reason why you should hold people up because of a conflict that y'all have between yourselves.
Right.
If anything, y'all can handle it outside of the plane and after y'all or after the location or before. But to go on a plane and cause that amount of chaos over something that could have been handled elsewhere is just it's unnecessary.
Very.
Did they say what caused the fight or why they got into it or
no? And what's even funnier about it is that they don't even at the last check, they didn't even get arrested. Everybody just walked away. And I was just like, I mean, y'all gonna act like y'all just didn't do this?
Like nothing ever happened. Yeah, people gotta get it together. Because like I said, I get having conflict with people, but it's different ways you can handle it in a professional manner. Not only that, but in a way that doesn't affect other people. And if it was that bad to the point where y'all had to fight and throw hands on the plane, y'all don't have no business traveling anyway.
Hey,
because if you're that mad, you need to leave that at home if you're going somewhere else and trying to just travel and have fun.
Amen.
Yeah, I was trying to see like how often that happens, and I found like a lot of different videos.
What?
On YouTube. Apparently, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like I found one that actually happened like the other day.
Was it on Spirit or was this a different airline?
No, different.
Okay, good. I was going to say, Spirit, come on now.
Right, they got to get it together. But these two men got into it really bad because something over the AC, and I think one of them wanted to turn the AC on, but the other didn't.
No.
They were sitting beside each other. And so they were going back and forth on whether or not to turn it on. They kept flicking it on and off, and then one of them hauled off and punched one of the guys.
Oh my gosh!
And then a whole fight broke out. I was like, y'all,
that is crazy. I'm just like,
on that plane, I would be pissed because not only does it hold up things and it's just frustrating and annoying to be around, but like they can cause people to be late to the next flight.
Right. And not only that, like your nerves are already bad on a plane. Like that's the last thing that you want to expect or see.
Yeah, because if I miss my flight, they're not going to sit here and wait on me or have another flight come get me.
Right.
So yeah, people got to be more mindful of how their actions affect other people.
Hey, Jazz, switching gears now about this Mother's Day story. This woman who basically pulled a Noah and populated the earth. Like I love these kind of stories because again, it shows just the importance of keeping families healthy and long and just keep continuing, and again, it just shows how beautiful motherhood is. And with that, how did you guys enjoy Mother's Day?
Yeah, we had a really good time. I spent majority of the day cooking because I didn't want my mom to do anything. So we planned on going on this boat trip or just going on a boat ride.
Yeah.
But it didn't go that well. We went on Saturday and it started raining really, really bad.
Oh.
So we had to go back and schedule it for another day.
Yeah.
But then on Sunday, I woke up really early and cooked my entire family a really big breakfast.
Yay.
And we gave her gifts and stuff like that. And then for dinner, I made a really big dinner for them as well.
Good
yeah, it was a really nice day. Just spending time with family and just allowing her to relax and enjoy her special day.
That's what it's all about, Jazz. I love it so much. All right, girlie, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, well, we will see you tomorrow.
All right, bye.
Bye. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about, family. And that's one thing that I love about the Sprint as well, because we get to chat about our loved ones. We get to kind of, push everybody to be more in the moment with their loved ones. Appreciate mom and dad, appreciate your siblings, appreciate your relatives and friends, and just love everybody. And even though I know we clown with different stories, for example, this fight that broke out that it's kind of annoying, we talk about the frustrations that we as human beings will authentically feel if we were in that such situation. But again, they're just gentle reminders to tell everybody, just let's all get along. There are better ways to handle situations, and more than anything, we just got to be safe, especially in today's world. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the Sprint this evening and this afternoon. We're going to be back here again on your hump day. Do not go anywhere, please. If you got this hanging around with you when the newscasts are off, please just turn on WSLS.com and hang out with us for about 20 minutes. It's just a good time, okay? Again, a big break from that heavy news cycle. We'll see you then, WSLS.com on the Sprint.